Hello Vault and Surface Dwellers, it's Zombie. I'm back with another Fallout recipe, a perfectly preserved pie. Now if you're a big Fallout fan like me, you know that the perfectly preserved pie is one of the rarest items in the game. You're going to start by preheating your oven to 275. Add 1/4 cup of heavy cream into a small bowl. The recipe says to add a half of a vanilla bean, but I'm going to add the whole thing because I love vanilla a lot. So we're going to split it down the middle and scrape it with a spoon. Now vanilla beans are not a commodity that are often found in the wasteland, but if you have some friends in high places, you may get your hands on a couple of them, for a few caps at least. Now put the scraped vanilla bean into the heavy cream mixture and set aside to let it soak. You're going to need a stand mixer for this part, or a hand mixer will work fine too. We're going to whip up the cream cheese for the base of the perfectly preserved pie. And of course we got to use the Philadelphia cream cheese. 1 pound, so that's 2 packages. You're going to whip the cream cheese until smooth. You will need to scrape down the sides a few times to make sure all the cream cheese is completely smooth. Once it's well mixed, add 3/4 cup of sugar. Mix it well, and make sure to scrape down those sides. Next, add the eggs one at a time. You can find some chickens near Philly, but make sure that they weren't touched by the snake oil salesman. Now you don't have to use chicken eggs, you can use deathclaw eggs, Murloc eggs, whatever eggs are handy to you. If you live in the Commonwealth, I would recommend Murloc eggs. You can find a bunch of those. Now you're going to add the heavy cream into the mixture, and I used a wire mesh brush just to make sure none of the little chunks fell through. Add 1/2 cup of sour cream. One pinch of kosher salt. 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. 1 tablespoon vanilla extract. Mixy mix! Don't put the speed on too high or your batter will spray everywhere and that will not be fun to clean up. Like before, make sure to scrape down the sides as you're mixing. Next, you're going to wrap the outside of a 9-inch springform pan in aluminum foil. I messed up and I did the inside and buttered it with butter like it tells you to do with the pan. But I must have read it wrong, so don't do that. Put the aluminum foil on the outside and the parchment paper on the inside. Still butter the bottom of the pan so the parchment will stick. I thought it was cool though that it was in the inside because I could just fold in the corners and tuck it in with the aluminum foil so it would stick better. Pour your batter into the pan. Tap the pan against the counter several times to remove air bubbles. Place the cake pan in a large deep baking tray, and then you're going to pour hot water into the baking tray until it's about halfway up. To make the topping, we're going to need 2 pounds of strawberries. To hull the strawberries, you're going to push the straw through the middle and pop that top right off. After you have hulled your strawberries, place them in a blender and puree until smooth. Pour the pureed strawberries through a mesh strainer to remove the seeds. It helps to mix the mixture to help get all the juice out of the strawberries. Add 1 cinnamon stick. Put your temperature on medium-high heat, and then you're going to bring it to a boil. In the meantime, we're gonna make the caramel buttercream frosting. Add 1 cup or 2 sticks of unsalted butter at room temperature. Half a cup of caramel sauce, another rare item in the wasteland. You don't know who worked to get this. 2 to 4 cups of confectioner sugar. Mix it with a stand mixer or a hand mixer. I'm using a hand mixer this time just because it's a little easier. I didn't tape it, but I added a pinch of kosher salt as well. Cooks gotta take a taste test. Oh yeah, that's so good. Once your strawberry puree is boiling, turn your heat down to low, and you're going to add 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and 3 tablespoons of water to create a thickener. Now the recipe adds 3/4 cup of sugar and 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, but I decided to forgo those just to make it a little less sweet for the topping. Now if you would like to add that extra sugar to it, by all means. Add your buttercream frosting to a piping bag and save it for later. And take that cinnamon stick out of your mix. I'm pouring the thickener in now, giving it a good mix. After 1 hour, your cheesecake will be done cooking, but let it cool first before you put it in the fridge. Hello, I'm back. It's the next day. Yes, you have to wait overnight to let it cool completely. Now, because I did my aluminum foil wrong, I'm betting this is why it cracked. But it'll be fine because we're going to put the topping on and it's going to cover it up. Just like in the wasteland, any little crack can be covered up with a little glitter and a little blood. My strawberry puree did not come out as perfectly red as in the picture, so I'm going to add a little food coloring to make up for that. There's a couple reasons why it did not come out as red as it should have. Could it be because the strawberries were a little white on the insides, even though they were really ripe? Or because the oxidation while I was blending? Let's put our topping on. It looks more red here than it does in person, but I'm loving the hue. It's not as red as I would have liked it, but it's still pretty. Top your pie with the caramel buttercream frosting. Try to make a cute little spiral like in the game. I think she came out most perfectly splendid. Let's see the taste test. Oh yeah, that's good. It's one of the most unique pies I've ever tried. It's creamy, the strawberry and the caramel, oh my goodness, it literally made me want to do a happy dance. Let's go, happy dance! Yeah. Cheers to a sunset sarsaparilla. I hope everyone stays safe out there in the wasteland. Thanks for hanging out with me today.